Welcome to the Best Startup Idea Ever podcast, where creative startup ideas come from everyday moments. You'll discover a vending machine umbrella rental service, a super convenient solution for sudden rain. Next is high-quality soft-serve ice cream, simple, but always in demand in the food market. And don't miss Bridal Buddy, a clever slip that helps brides keep their wedding dresses clean and tidy on the big day. These stories show that when you notice a small problem and offer the right solution at the right time, a startup can begin right there. Let's get started. Story 1. Umbrella Box. Imagine a sudden rainy day. You're on your way to school, the hospital, or an important meeting. It starts raining and you don't have an umbrella. You wish there were a simple way to borrow one right then and there. No need to carry one around or buy a new one just to use for a few minutes. That's the moment Umbrella Box was born. One umbrella, one rainstorm, one startup opportunity. Umbrella Box is a great example of an instant utility model, meeting a need at the right time, in the right place. Founded by two passionate young people, John and Anusha, Umbrella Box was a self-service umbrella rental service. The idea was simple. Users could rent a high-quality umbrella from a kiosk for just $1.50 for 12 hours, just enough to get through the rain without needing to own an umbrella. These weren't just regular umbrellas. They were designed to be durable, reusable, easy to recognize, and environmentally friendly, a big step toward reducing plastic waste and discarded cheap umbrellas after every storm. Shared systems, no need to own to use. Like shared bikes or scooters, Umbrella Box followed a modern consumer trend: access over ownership. Users could go to kiosks placed in hospitals, universities, or public places, scan a code, get an umbrella, use it, and return it when done. If they didn't return it, they were charged $40, a system meant to encourage returns and protect the company's assets. Umbrella Box also offered a revenue-sharing model. Locations that hosted kiosks received 15% of the revenue, while the rest went to the company, helping them expand their distribution network quickly. The problem wasn't the idea. It all sounded perfect: a human-centered idea, simple tech, clear environmental benefits. But as we know in the startup world, a good idea is never enough. Umbrella Box ran into three major problems, common to many tech startups. High production costs. A durable umbrella for rentals isn't cheap. When your core product is expensive, it's hard to run a profitable rental model. Risk of theft and loss. Even with a penalty fee, not everyone cared. Lost umbrellas meant direct financial loss. User habits weren't ready. Not everyone was open to renting umbrellas instead of buying. Many didn't see long-term value, especially in places where it doesn't rain often. Despite appearing on Shark Tank and gaining attention, Umbrella Box didn't raise enough funding and eventually shut down in 2023. But the lessons remain. Even though it didn't succeed, Umbrella Box left behind an important lesson. Startups aren't just about finding the right idea, it's also about timing, the market, and the way you execute. Umbrella Box's idea might work in a city with year-round rain. Or in controlled environments, like resorts, where guests would gladly pay to rent instead of buy. It could also succeed as part of a smart city system, where people are already used to renting everything from scooters to chargers. Final thoughts. A startup is like a rainstorm: fast, intense, and unpredictable. Some people have an umbrella ready, others don't. Some see risk, others see opportunity. Umbrella Box may have failed financially, but it succeeded in reminding us that innovation isn't just about the product, it's about deeply understanding real user needs, habits, and behaviors. And maybe, one day, someone else, maybe you, will pick up the umbrella and continue Umbrella Box's unfinished dream. Story 2. Brewer's Cow Ice Cream. Imagine a hot summer afternoon. You open a tub of ice cream, and instead of the usual artificial taste, You feel the natural richness of fresh milk, a gentle sweetness, and a smooth texture that melts right on your tongue. No chemicals, no additives, nothing artificial, just real ice cream made from real milk. That's the experience Brewer's Cow ice cream brings. When a passion for fresh milk becomes a unique brand. In a market filled with industrial ice cream brands using artificial flavors and strangely long shelf lives, Brewer's Cow ice cream chose a completely different path, staying true to what's real. From day one, the company followed a clear philosophy: if it's not good enough to eat straight from the farm, it doesn't belong in our ice cream. Brewer's Cow uses no preservatives, no artificial coloring, and no ingredients you can't pronounce. Every tub of ice cream is proof that real quality speaks for itself. And they didn't stop at ice cream. They expanded to yogurt, milk drinks, and other dairy products, all keeping the same spirit: natural, fresh, and transparent in origin. When clean becomes a business strategy. Brewer's Cow's success isn't just about product quality. They understood that modern consumers don't just buy products, they buy values, trust, and a story. And their story is simple and clear: we're not inventing anything new, we're just going back to how ice cream should have always been made. Their business strategy is smart. They don't try to compete on price. They don't expand too fast. Instead, they start in small communities, build real trust, and grow through word of mouth from people who've tried and loved their products. They also ride the wave of eco-friendly, healthy, and local consumption. They show up at farmers' markets, food fairs, and work with local farms to tell a farm-to-scoop story. Startup lesson: choose the battlefield that fits your values. Not every startup needs high technology. Not every product has to disrupt the market. Sometimes, just going back to the basics, and doing them really well, is already a powerful innovation. Brewer's Cow shows us. You don't have to be the first, you just have to be the best. Today's consumers have endless choices, but what they lack is trust. If you build an honest, transparent brand, you'll have a strong and lasting competitive edge. Most importantly, let your product speak for itself. When the quality is good enough, your customers will become your best marketers. Conclusion: Brewer's Cow didn't invent ice cream, but they restored its true value, a simple, pure treat full of childhood memories. They remind us that we don't always have to chase flashy, new trends. Sometimes, success comes from staying true to the most basic things, and doing them with heart. Right now, you might be sitting at your computer, holding a smartphone, dreaming of a breakthrough startup. But maybe, your next great idea is already in a scoop of ice cream, or better yet, in the way you choose to make it. Ding, ding. Story 3: Bridal Babes. Imagine this: you're a bride, just moments away from walking down the aisle. All eyes are on you, camera flashes everywhere, your wedding dress flowing beautifully. And you're struggling to keep it from dragging on the floor, getting stuck under your heels, or caught in the bathroom. Sound familiar? That's exactly the kind of real-life moment Bridal Babes, a creative bridal fashion company, understood perfectly. Instead of chasing luxury and overly extravagant gowns, they chose a different path: to design wedding outfits that are stylish, practical, and most importantly, comfortable. From fairytale dreams to real-life experience. Bridal Babes knows that behind every bride's fairytale dream is a string of not-so-magical moments. A dress can be beautiful, but if you can't walk comfortably, sit down, or go to the restroom without 3 people helping you, it's not really your perfect day. So they designed gowns that flatter the body, are easy to wear, easy to move in, and help women feel like themselves on their big day. They use soft, stretchy fabrics that highlight curves without being too tight. These dresses are not made just to look pretty, they're made for walking, dancing, laughing, and loving. Not just for brides. Another great thing? Bridal Babes doesn't only design for brides. They also create looks for bridesmaids and wedding guests, people who also want to look amazing without giving up comfort. Their collection includes elegant, modern dresses in flattering cuts and colors that suit all body types, from plus size to petite. Everyone can find a style that fits. This wider focus helps bridal babes build brand awareness and reflects a simple truth. Weddings aren't just about the bride, they're about a whole community of love, coming together for one special day. Startup lesson: solve a real problem. What makes bridal babes stand out isn't huge marketing or massive investment. It's their deep understanding of real people. They started from actual experiences, real women struggling with uncomfortable wedding dresses, and asked a simple question: why isn't there a better option? Then they became that better option. If you're dreaming of a startup idea, don't overthink it. Pay attention to the small things, the little annoyances that people accept as just the way it is, and ask yourself, is there a better way? Maybe you'll be the one to create it, just like Bridal Babes did. Conclusion: Bridal Babes doesn't just sell wedding dresses. They sell confidence, comfort, and, most importantly, honesty with the user experience. In a world where many brands focus only on how things look, they focus on what truly matters, making sure every woman can shine without sacrificing how she feels. That's what makes them one of the most inspiring names in the modern bridal industry. A reminder that starting a business doesn't always mean inventing new technology. Sometimes, it just means making what already exists truly worth living in. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you find best idea ever stories inspiring or valuable lessons, please share them with your friends. Don't forget to follow the channel to continue exploring other bold startup journeys with me. See you in the next episode, where every idea, no matter where it comes from, can become the seed of a big dream.
Thank you for